Hello guys, and welcome to the second episode of the day. This is the FIFA 16 career mode with Manchester United. Going straight into a game against Benfica in the Champions Cup / Champions League. We do need to win this one. We've only got 5 points I think from the first 3 games. I think we're on 5 points. Oh, there we are, 6 points. Played 4. Won 1, drawn 3, and we've got +1 goal difference, which isn't great. CSKA Moscow are top of the group table at the moment, and rightly so. We've got to beat Benfica at home. A nice little mosaic of the Manchester United badge in the background. European nights at Manchester, at Old Trafford. It's good to see European nights at Old Trafford. Proper Europe as well, Champions League, not the Europa League. And it looks like we're in a qualifying position at the moment, so it looks like we are going to qualify. I've had to put a full strength team out for this one, just to make sure that we do qualify, because if we lose here, then Benfica will cost us a place in Europe again, as they've done a couple of times before. So we must beat Benfica or draw. That Renato Sanchez, he was really good in the last game as well. Scored against United in the last game. Scored against us, and he was really causing a lot of problems. So I should probably have man-marked him. I don't know if you can still do that on this FIFA, but in old FIFAs you were able to man-mark certain players. And I'd need to man-mark him, to be honest. Kicked off, Rooney, captain, Schweinsteiger. An awkward finger there from awkward cutaway. Oh, it's an early chance from Benfica, he's just smashed it wide. Oh, that's not a great challenge. It's not a great tackle there. Rightly gets a yellow card. Almeida. They're still wearing the champions, Europa champions crest in the middle of their shirt, which is weird because I thought Sevilla have won it 3 times in a row now after beating Liverpool. Sevilla have won it 3 years in a row. Memphis, Gaetan gets it back, Blind wins it back. Blind played really well there. Bailed Memphis out of trouble. Martial and Memphis. Good passing between those two. Again. Mata. Oh dear, that looked like handball to me. Blocked it well. Threw his body in the line. It looked like handball to me, let's be honest, and he's already on a yellow card. Schweinsteiger, I thought he'd got the ball off him then. Oh he has, well done Schweinsteiger, shot. Saved by Cesar and stabbed in by Martial. Easy goal, but that's what we needed, a nice early goal. Well, 30 minutes in the 30th minute, get ahead. That's just what we needed in this tie, in this fixture. Anthony Martial, I think that's his first goal in the Champions Cup as well, Champions League. Not a bad goal, didn't really need to do much there. It's pretty much an open goal. On the rebound, it's a good save by Cesar. I don't think Schweinsteiger should have shot from there, to be honest, but it's produced a goal nevertheless, so it's probably good that he did. He was at a bad angle to shoot from, but a goal still come from it, and De Gea makes a good save with his foot there, and Darmian gets it away acrobatically. And now there's another counter attack. Can this be another costly? Put this away. Should oh no. Corner kick. I think that would have been pretty hard for Benfica. Another goal on a counter attack right before half time. It's not cleared properly. Mata heads it back down to Martial, and oh, that's a good shot. It's a good goal, and that is what we needed now. 2-0 up at half time, just before half time. Coming from the corner, punched away by Cesar and Anthony Martial. That is a nice finish. Outside the box, curled it into that top cut. Well, that corner of the goal. It's halfway up, really. It's a good height for the goalkeeper to save it, but it's too close to the post. Just wrapped it round him. And 2 goals he scored in the competition have both come in this game, in this half as well. Anthony Martial, that's a good goal. It's a nice goal, to be fair. It's better than the first one he scored. Anyway, 2 shots, 2 goals. That's not a bad first half for Anthony Martial, is it? United 2-0 up against Benfica. So if it stays like this, we're going to qualify. Unlike Louis van Gaal, who's apparently he's just been let go, and apparently we're going to have Mourinho in charge next season. Louis van Gaal's just said to the press that it's over, but that could mean the season, not necessarily his United tenure. But I don't want United to become a sacking team, and I did like Louis van Gaal. I wish him some success in future, wherever he ends up. If he is going, that is. If he does go, I wish him all the best of luck. And he's brought the FA Cup back for us, and it's been a long enough wait. 12 years without winning the FA Cup, so thank you for that. Schweinsteiger was trying to apologise to the player then, and he wasn't having any of it, was he? Oh, Renato Sanchez again, the goal. Not sure what my defenders were doing there. That looked pretty suspicious. Schweinsteiger's kicking himself because it came from his free kick. There's Schweinsteiger kicking himself. The goal came from his free kick that he gave away. Not sure what the defence is doing there. De Gea just dives out of the way of it. Luke Shaw looks like he tries to make an attempt at the last minute, but he's nowhere near it. And it's a simple crossing and a goal for Sanchez. He scores against us again. Renato Sanchez. I might actually scout him. He actually looks like a decent player for these. He looks like a really good player for Benfica. Marcus Rojo, Luke Shaw. Both got 100% passing. That's unusual. Mata avoids a challenge there. Tucks in. Could this be 3-1? Put the game beyond doubt? No, I'm not sure what happened there. I think the defender managed to get it away. Sanchez again causing problems. There's always seems to be one player that always seems to cause a lot of problems. So I wish you could still man mark. Renato Sanchez shot. No, that's not too worrying. Not too troubling shot. Champions Cup. Martial to Blind in the middle. That's not a bad little ball. Martial shoots. Oh, he's actually not scored. I was expecting him to get a hat-trick there. It's blocked quite easily on his weaker foot there, so we'll let him off. Michael Carrick gives the ball to Ashley Young. I made a few substitutions. Ashley Young's come on instead of Finky and Nazai. Or I'm not sure. I don't know if I started Young or what. Oh, that could have been a finish as well from Martial, and that could have been a good goal. Not too much power behind it though. That volley from Memphis. De Gea collects, throws it straight to Martial, nods it down to Carrick, and Carrick quickly passes it on to Young. It's another counter attack here building. Oh, Herrera couldn't quite get the pass through. It's good defended by Smalling. I'm not sure what he's doing at the right back position though. He needs to be in the middle defending crosses, which he doesn't seem to ever do. Because most of the goals are concede from crosses like that. Surprised he's put that wide, to be honest. He's causing me a lot of problems, he is. Chan, roll. Oh no, that was a good save by there. I thought it was going to equalise there in the last minute again. Like CSK Moscow managed. Well, it wasn't in the last minute, it was in the later stages of the game though. The goalkeeper's come up as well. Julio Cesar is in our area. They get another corner. Cesar. If he scores in the last minute now, I think we'll still qualify if we get a draw though. It's not the end of the world. It's easily defended by Young. Clears it up to Martial. Martial comes away with it and that's full time. Win 2-1, it's another 3 points in Europe. I think I saw earlier as well, I think Celtic have drew CSK and Moscow, which is good news for us. So that means we can still top the group in the last game. I saw earlier, CSK and Moscow drew 1-1 with Celtic, I think. Which is good news. We got to play Celtic next as well. Our final game in the group stage is against Celtic. We beat Benfica 2-1. And we will qualify into the knockout stages, round 16 of the Champions Cup, Champions League. Bastian Schweinsteiger's the one that gave that free kick away that led to their goal. They had a few chances as well, Benfica. That's actually not that bad of a foul, it looks worse than it was. It looked worse than it was from the other angle. And that looked like a handball to me. That's a good save, but into the path of Anthony Martial, who's the last person you want in that position because he's mopping up the goals. Gets himself on the score sheet with a nice simple tapping really. And that is a fantastic finish. What a player he's been as well this season. I think he's worth the money, and if he's around for 5 or 10 years, and if he's as good as Thierry, if he could be as good as Thierry Henry, he's a bargain. He's well worth what we paid for him. Renato Sanchez, he looks like a really good player. He definitely had the better chances for Benfica, and he's put another goal past United at Old Trafford. He scored against us in the game in Stadium of Light as well. It's called the Stadium of Light. I think Tottenham Hotspur have stole Benfica's name for their stadium. They're both called Stadium of Light, but I think Benfica named it first and Tottenham just copied them. There we have it, a 2-1 win. And now we're going to go into the King Power Stadium, which sounds like a Chinese menu. King Prawn, King Power Chicken, Kung Pao Chicken. We're going to play Leicester City, who of course are the champions of the Premier League this season, which surprised so many people. I don't think anyone would have tipped Leicester to win the Premier League at the beginning of the season. But there we have it, they've done it, and they've done it with virtually no money compared to the rest of the teams. Leicester City, fighting relegation last season, and they're top of the table. What a story that's been as well. Jamie Vardy, apparently they're going to make a film about Jamie Vardy as well. 20 goals for Chelsea, Man City and Manchester United, all on the same amount of goals scored. I don't think we'd scored 20 goals at the end of the season under Van Gaal, let alone at this stage of the season. Getting kicked off against Leicester City. Smalling holds it there. I'll cut away to, I think that's Memphis. Gives it to Mata. One Mata. I was trying to play in Martial then, not Luke Shaw. Or Ashley Young, is it? I'm not sure. There's Martial. Continues his goal scoring form. Scored 2 goals in the last game. He's managed to get on the score sheet in the Premier League today as well. He's scoring quite a few goals like this actually. Far post. He's scored quite a few like that. It's not a bad ball in from Luke Shaw as well. I think most of his goals have been like that. 3 goals in 2 games. 3 goals in the Barclays Premier League as well. So Rooney's still our top scorer. But that's mostly penalties. Bastian's fine striker at the edge of the box. Gives it to Rooney. Rooney, good score. Oh, it's a good block by Fuchs. I don't give 2 Fuchs. I don't really know how to say his name, but he's probably the best left back in the league this season. Got team of the year, and he was only a few 100,000 as well. Leicester City scouts are amazing. Some really good players this season, and rightly so that they're in the team of the year. Along with Payet from West Ham as well. He's been very good this season. I think the team of the year actually consisted of mostly Leicester players, but they've been outstanding. Morgan's one of them as well, and Kante, and Jamie Vardy, and Kasper Schmeichel as well. Surprised how different Wayne Hennessy looked as well yesterday in the FA Cup final. He looked so much different without his hair. He looked different when he was playing for Wolves. I didn't even know he was playing for Crystal Palace now either. But there you go. All Brighton as well. I think he used to play for Aston Villa. Darmian, Martial, Bastian Schweinsteiger gets into the box. Ooh, looks like a good tackle by Dyer. I think that's the one that used to play for Swans as well. Danny Drinkwater, he was at Manchester United at some level. I think he was released by Manchester United and said he wasn't good enough, and now he's a Premier League winner. Okazaki, Memphis. Oh dear, that could have been worse. Memphis give it to the Leicester player on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that could have been costly if it went for De Gea. Quick reaction save. Oh, that's terrible as well. It's a good job it fell to Danny Simpson on his weaker foot. Full back on his weaker foot. Danny Simpson also used to play for Manchester United very briefly. Jamie Vardy got enough time and space to get that shot away, but probably should have done better. Chat and get banged. Play and get banged. Play and get banged. Should be half time. It's not Kieran Dyer, is it? I'm not sure what his first name is. Martial gets the ball there. Quickly tackled by Kante, and that's a good little battle, but Kante wins it. Just out muscles Martial. And oh, it's a free kick. I don't think that was a free kick, to be honest. Oh, it's a pretty tame header. Schwartz is in goal as well. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's been to a few clubs in the Premier League. There's no Kasper Schmeichel. I'm not sure what that's about, whether he's injured or not. It's Mark Schwarzer, quite an old goalkeeper, and he's won the Premier League with 2 clubs without having to play many games as well. Mark Schwarzer, I think he was at Chelsea when they won it as well, or somebody. Early attack in the second half. Simpson on the wing, punched away by David De Gea. Leicester are up for it in this half. Started off very brightly, straight out the gate attacking. De Gea's comfortable again. Ashley Young could capitalise here. Oh, was that inside the box? Outside the box? It's a yellow card. Wasn't a clear goal scoring chance, and he wasn't the last man, I don't think. He wasn't through on goal either, he was running down the side of the box. He didn't need to make that challenge for him, that slide tackle. That's a better penalty from Rooney. A bit more power behind it and further into the side of the net, the right side. The side where it counts, not the side netting. Right up against that side netting. And Sforza goes the wrong way. Rooney gets another goal from a penalty. We've had quite a few penalties so far already in this season. And eighth goal, scores his 8th goal in the league. How many games was it? I think it was 12, wasn't it? I think this is the 12th game. We'll be coming up to the transfer window again soon in January. Start thinking about what players to get in. And as I've said before, if you guys want to see me sign somebody in particular, then let me know in the comment section below and I'll try and snap them up. Add to the team in the second half of the season. Wes Morgan gets a goal. I think Leicester have deserved a goal, to be honest. They get a goal back. Wes Morgan, the captain, gets the ball, tries to mount a comeback, but I think it's going to end up being a consolation goal and nothing more. Hopefully it's going to be a consolation goal. It's the last minute, it's already in stoppage time. Luke Shaw's shouting about something, it's probably his fault again, to be honest. Wes Morgan. So it looks like the final whistle, 2-1 Manchester United. Continue winning games, which is always a good habit to get into. Winning games, you've never got a problem if you're winning games. United fans at the corner section of the ground cheering, happy with what they're seeing. Hopefully they're happy with the new manager. David De Gea, another excellent performance from him. What a goalkeeper he is. Jamie Vardy looks like he's having a bit of a barney with his teammate there. Wes Morgan gets the consolation goal in the last minute. Hoof as well, he's been a very good player this season, good defender. It's been a brick wall, nothing's got past him. Really good team Leicester City have got. With the money they paid for it as well. The money they've spent is like very little, less than Arsenal spend. That's a good block from Fuchs as well. He put in a really good game. He got a good tackle, some important tackles, and an important block there as well. Luke Shaw, Danny Simpson with that miss. If that was a striker like Jamie Vardy, that'd be 1-0. And Danny Simpson brings him down. Or it would have been 2-1 to Leicester, wouldn't it? No, it would have been 1-1, I should say. Simpson gets booked for that foul. And Rooney steps up for yet another penalty, but tucks it away. And that's 2-0. And United look to be getting all 3 points again. Juan Mata congratulates him. His 8th goal this season. Hopefully get 20 goals out of him, which we haven't seen for a long time. He's still our top scorer. I think he's got about, I think he had about 16 this season in real life. Simpson making another tackle there, and then Wes Morgan smashes it in under the crossbar and it bounces off under the crossbar into the back of the net and collects the ball. Captain's goal, but too little too late, as it was the 90 something minute in stoppage time. And Sforza, I don't think he needs to make a save of that. I think that was going to hit the post or the side netting, but just to be sure, he tips it round for a corner, and that's full time. United win again 2-1, another 3 points in the bag, still top of the league. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed this episode, and take care, goodbye.